Hey there, I'm the MadCatster. Am I glad to see you here? Well, just when I thought drama was taking a summer vacation, my hotline to Rich Lux has been blowing up today and the tea has been flowing in. So right now we're going to talk about Austn McBroom and the Ace family. The court has finally ruled and they've said, pay up, you deadbeats. And we're going to talk about it right now. So some of you may remember last June, and by the way, Sybil is here with me, and she says, please like and subscribe. Yes, you. Last summer, there was this little event called Social Gloves Battle of the Platforms, and it was a raving success, and everybody was enriched by it. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm thinking of something else. But anyways, you know how I told you how Austn McBroom didn't listen to any of the people that he had hired to help him with that event, didn't do the promotion that they suggested, didn't do the pay-per-view that they suggested, and then the only promotion that Austn McBroom decided to do, he got together with a business associate of his and said, hey, I know how to promote Social Gloves. Let's start a riot in Beverly Hills. And so he took to his Instagram and he advertised a take over the streets parade. And his business associate also put up a flyer telling people that there would be all kinds of disruption. And so, sure enough, like the Pied Piper leading children to their doom, the masses and minions of the Ace family flooded into Beverly Hills. Well, what do you think that did? First of all, they didn't have a permit to have a parade, and second of all, it was no goddamn parade, it was a freaking mob scene. Now, Rodeo Drive and Beverly Hills are not two place names you usually associate with riots, and although they didn't burn any buildings, watch the video here and you'll see that this was no parade. Look at all the police, and we've got this mob, they're all milling around, there's no organization, they're just pushing their way through Beverly Hills running. There's supposedly there was a whole bunch of damage that was done, and you can see the minions and the followers of the McBrooms following their dear leader and taking over, quote unquote, the city of Beverly Hills. So there were 35 Beverly Hills police officers, 7 Santa Monica police officers, 13 armed guards from a private security company, and an airship, of all things, and several administrative personnel. And so they were preparing for all kinds of trouble, plus mass arrests possibly, which I don't think actually took place. I know there were some arrests, but I don't think that they got that much out of hand. So, Beverly Hills is not a city that I'm sure is very fond of, no city is fond of, a group of Ace family supporters taking over the city and causing havoc and snarling traffic and inconveniencing businesses and residents. And this was all due to the careless whispers of Austin McBroom, or should I say Rocky McBroom. And so, of course, Beverly Hills, it cost them money to have outside help come in. And so they took the Ace family to court. And we talked about this a long time ago. They sued Austin and Catherine, seeking to get back the damages and the costs that it took Beverly Hills to control this mob and to restore order and to try to break this thing up peacefully. Well, the McBrooms, in their infinite wisdom and the scales of justice, are not tipping their way because for some odd reason, they didn't even file any kind of an answer or any other pleading in this matter. So of course, I told you guys several months ago, Beverly Hills went to the court and said, we want to default. And that's what happens when the other side doesn't do anything. So it sat in the court for a while, and now just on July 28th, the court finally awarded a default judgment with damages to the city of Beverly Hills. Now, it wasn't the $200,000 they initially were seeking, but it was $21,000 something dollars. So now what happens, you ask yourselves? Are the McBrooms going to write a check? I seriously doubt it. So what's going to happen is the attorneys for the city of Beverly Hills will file an application with the court for what's called a writ of execution. That's basically the legal document that the city of Beverly Hills can use to enforce the judgment. They will probably send a demand to the McBrooms asking them to pay up, but of course, that's probably not going to happen. So the next step will be Beverly Hills will go to the court and they'll say, look, judge, they haven't paid us. we want to attach their assets in their property. God only knows what's left. I mean, we've seen the leased cars and the rental house, and, you know, they've basically got not two sticks to rub together, I don't think. But Beverly Hills will ask the judge to grant an attachment on property that they will have to identify. And, you know, it's possible they may go after attaching their YouTube ad earnings. That is one possibility. They may ask the court to do that. So come hell or high water, I'm sure Beverly Hills is going to make sure this judgment gets satisfied. And the court did also give them their costs, which is like their legal fees, which were very small, just a couple $1,000s, and their court filing costs. So not good news for the McBrooms, not the worst loss, but still just goes to show you that stupidity is repaid in kind, and the courts are not kind to stupidity. So don't forget, on this coming Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sybil and I are going to have a live stream where we're going to talk about stuff, and we're going to talk about video ideas and what's going on, and we're going to answer questions and whatever you guys want to talk about. So be sure to join us for that. We want to say a special thank you to all of our generous supporters. You guys are absolutely the best people on YouTube, and Sybil can't be happier. And by the way, you can see she's doing better. And thank you to everyone who supports us in any way. Thank you so much. We love you. Now be sure to look. I've got 2 other videos that I'm doing right now, and because there are back-to-back drama stories, Sybil says please like and subscribe. We hope that you have a great rest of your day, whatever time it is where you are, and we hope to see you in the next one. Take care.
Pretty please. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. I get a treat for every new sub. Thank you.